Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Before I get started, I just want to say a big massive thank you to all the people that commented on my last video. I had quite a good response from it, some really positive suggestions as well, really positive feedback, and thanks for that. I mean, it was really good. But I want to say a very special thank you to Jeff at Tram Junction. Now, Jeff, I didn't ask him. He went off his own back to do a shout out for me. Because he had seen one of my videos, liked it, and he went out his own way to do a shout. And since he done that, just overnight, the subs increased dramatically. Still not got loads of subs, but I'm still new to all this YouTube videoing and model railwaying. Yes, I just want to thank Jeff at Tram Junction once again for that. So thanks a lot. And also thanks for all your comments. Now let's go over the update. Working on the station again. But as you can see, it's come along quite a lot since the last video. Got all this foliage in place with static grass. Didn't manage to shock myself either on the applicator, which I thought I would. I think it's WWS is the one I use, but you can see it came out quite nice. 6mm summer grass, and this stuff is fine leaf foliage, which I think looks really good. Really sort of brings it out, and it looks quite realistic as well. Got some static grass growing out of the buttresses as well, just to add that little bit of realism to it. But it really has, well, in my opinion, I'm sure you'd agree, it's actually brought the station right out. Really sort of finished it off. Up this end, prototypically, there's grass, there's greenery growing just before you get to the end of the track where the buffer stop is, because the train wouldn't be butting right up against it. Stuck some bushes in there, some overhang bushes, and I think it's really coming along now. Really looking good. Let's have a look at the footbridge. You'll notice that it's gone from grey to concrete colour. Wasn't happy with it grey. I can't remember if I mentioned it in my last video, but not happy at all with the way it looked. It was grey, it wasn't realistic, and it had to be sorted. So what I've done here, I bought Rail Match concrete colour, the acrylic one. So it's no fumes, it's a lot safer to use, but still use a dust mask as well. And with my airbrush, I simply airbrushed it. And then I used Umbro weathering pad, as you probably guessed with me by now. I like things to look weathered. It makes it look a little bit, well, it makes it look a lot more realistic, because things wouldn't be clean in real life. So we've got this dirty, aged looking concrete footbridge, and it's the same for this one. On that one as well. Yeah, so they're really looking so much better, as you probably would agree. Stick it in the comments if you like. Now these chimney pots were pointed out by one of my subscribers, and they commented on them, and quite right so as well. They said it needs to be painted up, a bit more detailing. So what I've done just that. I painted them up, weathered them. I don't know how it escaped me the first time round, to be honest, when I was working on this thing. But yeah, so they're done. And they also match as well. So they look quite good. Now, talking about working on this, what I've done, I've reglazed it. New glazing, top and bottom. The old Hornby glazing, it just wasn't right. It was all frosted up. It didn't look nice. Whoever built the kit, remember this was a second-hand job. I got this for just over £10 for that and that. Obviously, they didn't look like this if you would have seen it throughout the journey of me building this, but they put all glue over the windows and it just didn't look nice at all. So I've reglazed them so that now the glazing is actually clear. And I've also cut the bottom of this off as well, because it's sealed. It's like a sealed plastic box, if you like. So with a Dremel, I've cut all the bottom off so I can get to the guts inside it. Painted it up. Put this slightly more modern looking window in the top. It did have that square white painted lined business like this. But I've replaced that as well, because when it's lit up, I want you to actually see inside the building. Now, for this reason, I've built an interior, a bit fiddly to get on and off, but it's not going to be taken on and off. I just want something so that when you look through the actual windows when it's lit up, you don't just see like this grey plastic box inside. I want it to have a little bit of something in there. So we've got maps in there, we've got clocks on the wall, we've got timetables as well. Built this little computer ticketing machine. Not that this guy's actually using it very much. He's too busy reading his zombie magazines, as you'll see. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I like things to be realistic. Now, the thing with this booking hall, when you look at it, it looks like this massive, great big building, a grand booking hall. But then when you actually look inside, it is relatively really tiny. It's not a hall at all. It's a little booking room, if you like. But it works for now. I might end up doing like a scratch build or something and build my own station and bring it out onto the bridge. I just don't know yet. But at the moment, it's looking good. I've done quite a lot of work on that, actually. The car park, or the drop-in zone, whatever I'm going to call it, I'm not sure yet. Not much has been done on that. But I think you would agree that this really has brought it out somewhat. Really, really pleased with how it looks. Foliage on the back scene as well gives it that three-dimensional look, as if it's got a real backdrop to it. Built this tree out of the fine leaf foliage because I had a break in the scene there. You can see the top part of it, so I did something like that just to sort of cover it up and hide it up, if you like. But just adding that to the back scene really does give it that three-dimensional image look. Got a bit here, so yeah, really coming along now. I think once this is lit up, once the station's all been lit up, the street lamps, they're also got to be lit up as well. I don't know, I think that might be it for the moment on the station, but I'm really pleased with how that looks now. Really does look good. Got a new member to the fleet as well. And no, you're not seeing double. I know you think you've seen this one before, but you would have actually been looking at this. This is the Hornby one, 56049. Now, the reason I bought this one is because with this one, it actually died a bit of an horrible death. It started stopping and starting, jolting about, and then it actually stunk. It stunk of smoke, smelt like something was burning. And when I opened it up to have a look, see what was going on, I thought maybe, I don't know, it could be something getting jammed up. The actual motor inside it is actually just a ring-filled motor, and the rest of it is actually empty. So it's got no weight to it. It's got traction tyres as well, and it was a very early one, 56088. Now, I'm not in a rush to get this one fixed. I probably will get it fixed if it's just a motor. You can get those ring-filled motors cheap enough. I don't know. I really don't know. But if I eventually go over to DCC, this thing has got no place in it, where this one has. Now this one as well, it wasn't without its problems. When I first got the loco, got it out of the box, and it actually didn't work. The lights came on, and it was making a humming noise. It was new out of the box as well. Or so they said it was new, and I do believe them. So anyway, it just wouldn't go. The lights had come on, it'd just make a humming noise. So I took the top off. I know they're really renowned for these fans jamming up. So took it apart. I cut the band off straight away to disable the fans. Where this one, you can see, don't even have fans. But sorry to keep jumping about with the camera. So yeah, so anyway, I cut the bands, thinking that it would free up the motor, if you like, and it didn't. So what I had to do, I had to manually turn the flywheel. Now, I don't know if this is normal. I know, you know, you guys say, oh yeah, you've got to run the train in an hour in each direction. But I did actually force whether I should have or not, I forced the motor to turn by turning the flywheels, and it gradually perked itself back into life. And it was jolting around the track, making a terrible noise as well. It was squeaking. It was sounding like it was rattling as well. But I ran it an hour in each direction. And to my surprise, it actually runs really well. The noise has gone. Maybe it just needed running in, but the noise has gone, and it pulls. I mean, it pulls these hoppers easily, and it would probably pull a lot more. It probably, to be honest, the way it runs, it would probably double that. So I'm really pleased with it. Done the detail on the front. If I can just get round to show. Done the detail on the front. Now, when I put the body back on this, to our surprise of everyone, the lights didn't work. Now, I remembered Richard at Everard Junction saying, also Dave said as well, about how difficult it is to line up these pins. They're like little spring pins, little copper springs that come in contact with these pads. Basically, one of them was just really bent over, so I bent it forward. I don't know if it's because it had been in its packaging for a long time or what, but yeah, bent the pin forward, put it back on, lights work front and back, and it really has turned into a really good train. It's a really good runner and really reliable. So this is going to be the next thing I'm going to be working on. I want this class 37 to actually have some Mark II coaches I like the old grey and blue. It reminds me of a kid. Where I lived in East London, you had the Southend Tilbury and London Railway that used to run past, and it used to be made up of these blue and grey coaches. The actual class was a 302. And funny enough, now I've actually moved out of London, just over the back there. The class 357 runs past, which is now doing the same route as what the old 302s used to do. So I love this 37. It runs really well. It's a Bachmann. It all lights up and it works perfectly fine. It could be a freight train, but I do sort of want to start building up on rolling stock now. And I've got another couple of these on order as well. I'm just waiting for them to arrive. They should be here by tomorrow. But yeah, so I want to build up a nice rake of these blue and grey British rail coaches. So that's the update I've done so far. I will be working on this end next. I'm going to bring it along, bring the ballast in along, start working on the signal box. I've got the relay boxes here. I've got the poly pipe as well, poly pipe trunking to go over the rails. I've also got points covers, dummy point covers so they look nice. And I've also got the trunking as well, the concrete trunking to run the cabling through. So this area here is going to be my next part. This will be the next bit I work on. And when I do so, I'd upload an update and keep these guys up to date. But hopefully you've enjoyed this update and small running session with a 56, even though it don't look no different. But like I said, I bought it because I really like the 56. Love it in that livery as well. It's just a shame about this, but I ended up with a much better loco. This was an early one. Was giving me so many problems anyway. So I've ended up with a much better loco. And yeah, so that's the update. Cheers.